Today, we're taking you through the perfect one-day itinerary for Niagara Falls, New York. From the iconic Maid of the Mist to the literal hurricane-force winds at Cave of the Winds and the beauty surrounding it all. But we made a few big mistakes, so we're going to make sure you can avoid them. Some people say the best side of Niagara is Canada, but we spent a full day on the US side, and let's just say we think they're wrong. It has one thing the Canada side does not have: Niagara State Park. Did you know that Niagara State Park is the oldest state park in the US when it opened in 1883, and it was the inspiration of the national park system? It sure was. Frederick Law Olmsted's vision of conserving natural resources while making them accessible to the public set a precedent for the national parks movement in the United States. If you're planning a trip that passes through Niagara, you must plan a day here. But watch this video first for the perfect itinerary, where to park, how to avoid our mistakes, and of course, chow down on some original buffalo wings. Hey, we're Pete and Megan from our Captain's Logs, and we're going to show you how to do Niagara in one day.
It's an amazing day.
Okay, first tip, don't be us. We did zero research on where to park before arriving, but
On Niagara Welcome Center. Do we want to park here?
this is not where I thought we were going.
It says Niagara Falls Welcome Center.
Okay.
That's what I typed into the map.
Then turn. But we think we ended up at the best lot anyways. So let's plan to start your day at Lot 1. It puts you right next to the Prospect Welcome Center, which is the main hub for maps, tickets, information, and restrooms. And the big reveal of American Falls is minutes from your car. Before you do anything else, walk to the edge of the gorge and you can get your first real look at the falls. Get that hero shot before the crowds arrive. Maid of the Mist is the #1 attraction. Doing this first helps you beat the massive midday tour bus crowds. The lines at the observation tower get significantly longer as the day goes on. And if there's one piece of advice I could give you, do not wear gym shoes. We wore gym shoes thinking that we were going to be walking a lot, and really, we had no clue how soaked we would get. It was a big mistake. This isn't just a walk. It's an aquatic obstacle course where water comes at you from all directions. Learn from us and wear waterproof footwear like Crocs, Tevas, or waterproof sandals.
Got here early, got our tickets, now we're in line.
Leaves every 15 minutes. Opens at 9 a.m. And I think it goes to like 9 p.m. or something on the weekends. Dad,
Hold on.
take your hat off.
Oh, wait.
Eleanor, what's happening?
She put her hand through the arm.
There's a special class people go to for this.
Clearly Pete and Eleanor didn't take the class. She's backwards. Okay, we're falling behind here. Tour was about $30 for an adult.
Yeah, so it was 110 for the family. So it's pretty-
Eleanor still counted as 12.
Yes.
I mean, look at me, doesn't it?
They're so cute.
The advantage of getting here at 9 o'clock.
Right, we are not packed full to the brim either. Plenty of upstairs room. Even if you're in the line for the lower part of the boat, there are stairs to get up to the top. It's definitely getting a little wetter.
A little wet and windy.
A little windy. Yep, we're getting wet. You can't see the experience. Yeah, I can. $30 shower. Oh boy. I can't even see anymore. We'll have to watch this experience later on video. I can't see anymore right now. It's like being in a rainstorm. This is great.
Back side of water.
Nope, it's the front side of water, dear. Front
I
side.
should have worn that t-shirt.
Here. I don't know if it's gonna get us or not.
Little rock.
Oh boy. My shoes are soaked. See that beautiful rainbow?
Where's the pot of gold?
Well, if the pot of gold ain't here, I don't know where it is.
All right, they can flip that switch anytime.
How was that, family?
We didn't pack any towels.
I knew we'd get wet, but I wasn't sure we'd get that wet.
Mom, your hair.
There's why they call it Made of the Mist. You can't actually see anything when you're over there.
I saw nothing. There's the dock.
1, you get wet. 2, if you can bring waterproof shoes for at least this part, do that. 3, it's worth the money. 4, be on the top of the boat. Bring a waterproof camera. Yes, it gets wet.
You get wet.
Well, that was fun. Since we were already wet, we decided to head over to the Cave of the Winds next. From the Maid of the Mist, we'll take the pedestrian bridge from the mainland over to Goat Island. This was one of my favorite parts. You're actually walking directly over the American Rapids, and the speed of the water right under your feet is incredible. This is one of the reasons why Lot 1 near the Welcome Center is great for parking. It's well worth the walk over to the island. You can drive or take the trolley, which is $5 for a daily ticket, but there's something really magical about this walk if you're able to do it. We are making our way to Cave of the Winds. This is where you get face to face with Bridal Veil Falls and is the most intense experience in the park, up to 75-mile-an-hour winds on hurricane deck. You think that poncho they give protects you? It doesn't. Even though Bridal Veil is the smallest of the 3 falls, it still pushes a massive amount of water, on average 8,000 to 10,000 gallons per second rush over that edge. That's enough to fill an average backyard swimming pool every 2 seconds. And if you think the water is only coming from the top down, you'd be surprised at how much bounces back up at you. We got wet on the Maid of the Mist, but be prepared, we got soaked on hurricane deck. Now, you can still experience this attraction and not go all the way up to hurricane deck. You can do the bypass, but let me tell you, it is worth every wet second. Just remember what I said about the shoes earlier. All right, the second most popular thing to do here is Cave of the Winds tour.
I think Niagara's nickname should just be Bring Another 100.
Cave of the Winds and Bridal Veil Falls. Wow. Okay, we are descending the staircase.
That boat's way more filled up than ours was.
Oh yeah, that's a full boat out there. Take it down, restain them.
And then put it back up all with hand tools.
Put it all back up with hand tools.
This is great.
It's like raining all of a sudden.
This reminds me of the Dock Dogs event back at the Southern Illinois Hunting and Fishing Festival.
Yeah. Did I mention you should probably wear like waterproof shoes for both of these wet adventures? Yeah, we did it. We're still not to the top yet. That there up there's the hurricane deck. You ready?
Guess so.
See how high we've come? And he's going up. Hell's going up. Pay a lot of money to get wet.
But we liked it though, right? It was cool.
That was great.
I like to put it in the boat.
Yeah.
All right, after surviving a Category 1 hurricane at the base of those falls, we are finally heading to higher ground to dry out. We've gotten two of the most popular attractions knocked off our list about halfway through the day. It's time to slow our pace and take in the drier sides of the park. First, we're heading to Terrapin Point, which overlooks Horseshoe Falls, and then Luna Island. If you think the view from the bottom of Bridal Veil Falls was intense, wait until you see what it looks like from the very edge of the brink. There's always one idiot in the bunch that breaks the rules just to get the photo. You ever see in the news when people die? That's what happens when people die and they don't follow the rules. You know, I mean, it's only a sheer drop off behind that rock, but that's cool. Get your photo. And our last observatory of the falls is going to be this Luna Island down here. This little stairway and a walkway is going to take us down there and give us a bird's eye view of Bridal Veil Falls, and you'll be able to see everybody who is doing the Cave of the Winds tour from there. It's very easy to get around. We've been walking everywhere. The farthest point to point is about a 20-minute walk and 20-minute walk back. But there is a trolley system for $5 for adults, $3 for kids. If you don't feel like doing all the walking, you just gotta wait at a trolley stop and then hope the next trolley you wanna get on has a spot. So, two ways to get around here. Walking is probably the easiest way. Might even be faster than waiting for the trolleys. But I guess it depends on how much walking you want to do. All right, let's look at some beautifulness. The really cool thing about Luna Island is you get an amazing view of both the American Falls and Bridal Veil Falls because Luna Island literally separates the two. Plus, you get a pretty cool bird's eye view of people getting soaked down on Hurricane Deck.
So, review of Niagara Falls State Park in New York, the oldest state park in the country. The state park itself is great. It's beautiful. It's well landscaped. It's well taken care of. There's walking paths, facilities. There's a lot going on here. Getting here early was definitely the key.
Yep. So it's open 24 hours, but the attractions all open at 9. So while we aimed at getting here around 8:30, I think we ended up showing up around 9.
Yeah, and getting here early, like I said, was the key because now it is full. It is almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We've wrapped up doing everything, and it is now a very full state park.
Yeah, it's free to get into the state park, but it's $15 to park on Fridays and Saturdays, $10 to park on the weekdays.
But overall, the experience has been great. Do I need to come again in my lifetime? Probably not.
Maybe. I would say there's a lot of really great hikes in the area that we just don't have time to because we're doing this in a day. But can you do all the natural attractions in a day?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, you can.
This is, for any able-bodied person, there's a lot of stairs, and there's some
Yeah.
walking between attractions, but absolutely.
So, Maid of the Mist, highly rated.
It was okay.
It's a must-do. If you're here for one day and you've never been on it,
Come
you
on,
have
walk
to.
this way.
We're going to let some people go behind us.
The Cave of the Winds. That was way better.
Yeah.
Way better than the boat.
Really, really, really wet. I think our number one tip is do not wear gym shoes.
Yeah, gym shoes and socks.
We failed.
Bring a couple extra, or bring extra shoes and socks because you're going squish squish after you get out of that.
Oh yeah, especially if you go up to the hurricane deck.
Yes.
Which is where you get really, really wet.
But that attraction was just about as much as the Maid of the Mist boat, and I liked the stairs and the Cave of the Winds better than I liked the boat.
Yeah.
Just a preference.
Yeah. I wouldn't have not done the boat though, because it just brings you right up into Horseshoe Falls. Like, I don't know how the video is going to turn out. It's probably just going to look like we're in a rainstorm, but we used the GoPro for that, so we'll see how that turned out.
His kid dropped a shoe.
Oh, we'll tell him when he... Hey, go...
You
Oh,
want to tell that guy his kid dropped a shoe?
oh, he figured it out. He figured it out.
Okay.
All right. We're all good. We're back. Yeah, I think it's definitely possible to do the biggest attractions in Niagara in a day. We did not go over to the Canada side. We stayed in the U.S.
But we did the third part, which was Terrapin Point.
Oh, yeah, Terrapin Point.
Liked that a lot.
Yeah, that's a beautiful lookout point. We're here. This is the Luna Island lookout at this point. So
You got a lot of people coming this way.
Those 4 things you can definitely do in about a half a day, and there's a lot more to do here. There's a restaurant.
Yep.
Gift shops galore.
Hop on, hop off trolley rides.
Yep. I gave it a 5 out of 5.
3.5, 4.
Addie, what'd you rate?
5.
Addie rates it a 5. Eleanor?
4. Too much walking.
4. She says too much walking. So, yes.
I'll say this. The Canadian side looks very touristy. It looks like a lot of hotels and casinos and wax museums and stupid stuff. The state park side is more my style. The New York side. It's beautiful here.
All right. So, Captain out. We'll see you soon.
Another benefit of staying in Lot 1 parking lot is that you have easy access to walk through downtown Buffalo and to go to restaurants. We decided not to drive all the way to the original Anchor Bar, so we went to one of the satellite locations and had some lunch. Because what's a trip to Buffalo, New York, if you don't end up having buffalo wings? We truly hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you like, subscribe, give us your comment, tell us what we missed, and tell us what you liked the best. I've been carrying around this backpack all day on my back.
No worries.
And it holds 3 liters of water. And how many liters of water did I put in there? 0, because we weren't going hiking and there's going to be plenty of water everywhere, except it was $5 a bottle. So we only shared 2.